Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the harrowing world of Frostpunk 2. Although I have to say, the city of New London, doing pretty well right now. From a combination of my strategic genius and getting maybe a little lucky with a coal injection of 50,000, keeping our stockpiles going while I let the generator run a little icy for a while. Things are looking pretty good though, right? So we've got positive shelter right now. +4, a -5 for food. So a very small negative, but we do want to clean that up if we can. We have a positive of materials now, +21, and that's what we were really focused on in the last episode, was getting those extra material districts up and running, getting the industrial districts running, the yellow and the red there. So that's nice and positive, building a healthy little stockpile there. And then we've evened out the goods for now. So that allowed us to completely remove crime. It's completely absent, it's still diminishing, it's all good. We still have a little bit of squalor, although that's diminishing. Cold, now that our generator's back on, totally good. Diminishing as well, so we expect cold to go away. But we do have a little problem here with disease, you know? Things get around a little bit, and that's why we've promised to figure out contagion prevention. So what we're going to do is go into our laws and have a look at what we can get. We've seen that we have supported quarantine or infectious badges. I've gone on record as saying I don't want to put badges on people who are sick, so I'd rather do the quarantine one. This will significantly decrease disease, and it's supported by the pilgrims. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Obviously, because the stalwarts, I guess, support the badge. But yeah, we'll kind of lean into the pilgrims, make them a little happier, and this will probably piss off the stalwarts, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, the problem, though, with this is shelter demand per capita is slightly increased. Now, it is slight, but with 14,000 population or so, I reckon that +4 isn't going to be enough anymore. So we'll have to figure some things out. So I'm not going to pass it straight away or even try to. We've got 25 weeks. Although it's just reset now on the tooltip. 25 weeks to get it done, which is fine. We're currently in progress of making the stalwarts and New Londoners, I think, even happier once we get the actuated heat dispatcher. That's what we're currently researching in the tech tree right now, so keep an eye on that. Now, if you might be wondering what are all the icons, what's going on, that is our perfectly balanced economy at play. So, of course, we have here the teal districts, which are housing, the yellow, which is extraction, red, industry, green, food. And you'll notice these little symbols above everything, even the housing districts. And that's basically just to say that we currently don't have any available workforce, so they're all operating at pretty much like 80%. So they're at like 80 out of 100, and this means they provide less housing back, but they also have less heat demand and a few other things. So, I'm anticipating that we're at 70% population growth right now before the next census. We're going to have a significant boost in population. We're currently exploring the Frostland and about to connect a colony for the first time, which I have no idea how that works yet. We've also just studied the approach, and we have 10 Frostland teams looking to go beyond it. I'm hoping that we can bring back more people, because here, at the Frozen Sea, it's the only area, I just had a look between episodes, like where can we go that isn't dangerous? And this seems to be the only option that we currently have, and it says possible findings Frostland dwellers. So, our bottleneck is people, right? We need more people in to balance our economy, but more people means more heat, more food. So it's not straightforward, but I've got a little plan of attack, so let's begin. Oh, by the way, coal, while we have 50,000 in reserve, means that we're going to last for 124 weeks. We do also have a coal mine out here that we're currently not tapping. We could be bringing back 250 coal. We're not doing that at the moment. We'll save it for a little while. And to get even more radical, I'm going to turn off the one and only coal district we have. Boom. Right, so now we're lacking 357. We've only got 19 weeks of coal, but I want to burn through this stockpile for a pretty good reason. I want to build this stockpile, but also gain back all that workforce. That's 1,000 people, basically. I think there was 900 on it. That's going to allow me now to do some frost breaking and plan out where the next housing is going to go, because we're inevitably going to have a big jump. So I was thinking right around here could be good. There's 8 tiles. Want to do a lot of frost breaking, right? We've actually got really good amount of heat stamps. So there's another sort of shelter and heat area right here in this little rift. So let's go as close to it as we can. Is that any closer if I go the other way? No, that seems the same. And we'll just expand it from there on. Right, let's keep doing more. So the next one is food, right? We're lacking a little bit of food, and once we bring in more people, we're going to need more food. Now, more people can work more food, so that'll be okay. But I should probably expand the districts. This one is an infinite deposit, so that's a good one to have. There's another food infinite deposit up there, so we'll try to get that maybe in the future. But for now, we'll just try to expand this one. But we're encased in ice. So we've got 2 districts pretty much bordering each other. So I was thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This allows me to expand both. And that way we can get just a little bit more out of each. So I'll have to wait for that to be done, but once we do that, food should remain positive. Let's see, where else could we go? We've got 400 workforce, which means 2 more frost breaking. So maybe in this little cliff area as well. Good to get that ready. 1, 2, 3. Something like that, probably good. I think. Yes. We just have to be confident in our decisions. And we've got room for 1 more frost breaking. Now, I kind of am tempted to work our way out to the next logistics thing. But that being said, I just realized we did just do that in the previous episode and connected all the way out here. But maybe we could widen it to prevent us having to build a super long, straight district. Or we could just try to uncover more of the materials district and maybe get a bit more flexible with how we connect these 2 together. I think that might be wise, so let's do something like that. Alright, so just widening the area so we can build multiple districts side by side to get those heat bonuses. Alright, there we go. So that is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frost-breaking operations as our big expansion is underway. Let's let time play. So that's the plan. We're sort of exchanging one stockpile for another temporarily. Once we bleed that a little bit, temperature is going to get a lot worse, but we can put more people on the coal. We're currently 90% in technology as well. Oh yeah, sorry, the frost lens. So I was having we read this event in the last episode, right? So yeah, the thing where it's like no one laughed at the joke. We could either take machines, right, and you get 10% production efficiency, but it costs you 10 Frostland teams. I don't know if this is permanent forever or if there's a timer on it. These machines will help our mines in New London. I assume that means production efficiency then on all extraction districts. That's what it says. That seems pretty good. Or we could set up a food outpost. Kind of leaning towards the thing that might be infinite. I don't know. I just don't have all the requisite information. You know, I don't know how much food, and I don't know how long this lasts for. But 10% production efficiency, I think I gotta go with that, even though we've only got the 10 teams. However, we're gonna explore this first. Maybe we can bring the people back. There seems to be food up here too. Maybe we'll get a bit more information. We could do something else. So the frozen sea. Partially frozen water as far as the eye can see. Some people tried to cross it on foot years ago in search of a fabled promised land. Their story continues to inspire countless tales and legends. I don't know who would believe that, like, at this stage, you know? Oh yeah, like, if you go far enough north... I know this in the story, the lore of Frostpunk, for those who don't know, the cold came from the south. But just the idea that, like, oh yeah, if you just keep going north, like, there's this amazing promised land up there. We just can't get to it. I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't be buying it. But I guess when things get desperate enough, you'll believe anything and just hope. Alright. Things are looking good. So, we can see our abandoned mine outpost isn't doing anything. Fishing village is still bringing in 100, which is buttressing our food a lot right now. Right, our workforce is just freed up again. So now we can expand the district. Although I don't think that actually requires workforce. But just go 1, 2, and 3. So that should be extra food and solve that problem. We'll get another housing district built, just to have it ready to go. So this is a complicated one here, but we'll just start deep in there. So that's a bonus. That's another bonus. Is that it? That was 6? Okay, let's just go with that then. That's plus 40 heat. We can't really get the other one because it's too far nestled in there. That's another housing. That looks awesome, by the way. Super cool. Alright, another housing district on the go. Now, with the extra workforce we have, we could turn on another... Excuse me. One of these. If we did, we'd be making plus 31, but we'd also be making prefabs at a higher rate, right? 11 per week. Or we could switch to making even more goods and try to store them up. I think we'll just go with the prefabs. I don't really see a problem with that. The other thing is, with the extra money that we have, we could expand this district. Okay. They're actually so close to... Oh, maybe I could have done that better, actually. If they were... No, you need to be touching 3 tiles. Yeah, yeah. A housing district between these two would do really well. They'd get heat bonuses with no squalor problems. But this one's probably going to run out eventually, so I guess it's not a long-term solution. Okay, we'll just let them continue building for a while. We can always turn them off when they're done. And we're just about finished our research right now. New Londoners' demands have been met. That was for the research. They're loving it. Trust rises. What's our prefab income right now? 28 per week. Yeah, that's actually fine. We'll keep making extra goods. I like stockpiling things, so let's just keep continuing to do that. Right, research. So I was having a look at what we could research next, and it seems to me Scouts headquarters would be a good one to go for. The reason being, we get to... So, I should back up a second. Pilgrims are unhappy with this. It's only 4%, but, you know, you do get a benefit if you can keep everybody happy, so it'd be nice to try that. But I also kind of want to keep them relegated to being really small. Don't really know how to do that, so I'm just going to see if this will work. I'm going to ask them for a promise. If their promise aligns with what I was just about to click anyway, that'd be great. If not, I don't think there's any harm to it. Right, so they want me to either research all due maintenance, research dutiful youth, or research weather-adjusted shifts. Damn, okay, so none of that is what I wanted. So I'll just say no, and I don't think it actually hurts anything. But I also don't think you can roll any other ones. It's just going to be those three until the situation, like, changes. Like, one of those things gets researched anyway. So, can't, like, push the problem down the street and just get it, you know, game it and try to roll something better. But it was worth checking to see if we could do that. So, anyways, Scouts headquarters is what I'll look at. The Pilgrims agree with this idea. I was looking between episodes and... That's the Pilgrims there, sorry. Why did it say that? That says Frostlanders. This says Pilgrims agree with this. That says Pilgrims, Frostlanders agree. Okay, I guess maybe it's just telling me that they both do. Yeah, alright, fair enough. Anyway, we'll click it for Pilgrims and go with the 50. So the difference between the two is that it allows to explore more of the dangerous territories. They become less dangerous. But exploration time is decreased with the Survivalists headquarters, so the Pilgrims. Or it's slightly decreased with the Londoners. So these guys just seem to be better at this. So you could just make a choice. If you're all your parties involved are happy, you might as well just go with the most efficient one. You feel like you can sustain that. Otherwise, you might have to lean into a less efficient one, perhaps, to make a different group happy. But it's perfect, because we want to make the Pilgrims happier. So 14 weeks, 50 heat stamps. Totally fine with that. Alright, shouldn't take too long. 14 weeks will fly by. And we're not quite ready yet to... expand the housing and do the contagion prevention yet. We'll have to make sure that that goes through, though. We don't want to risk it. 21 weeks. So if we don't get it, maybe... Yeah, we'll have to just wait. How many weeks till population? 78. And we're still waiting on the group to make their way out there. 14%. Alright, the districts have just expanded, so now we're making positive food. This district as well. Positive food. Well, we've got the money. I think we need to just keep doing that. One... Interesting, we almost could have reached there. If I just go down this way, then I could probably build a district that connects both those areas. Alright, expanding food. Now, as far as I understand, when you expand a district, it doesn't cost any more heat. It doesn't cost any more materials. It just provides more out. So, I should have been probably better with expanding them earlier on rather than building multiple. But it's fine. Might expand this one too. 50 heat stamps, 50 prefabs. So we're getting 11 out. I want to keep track of these numbers. In fact, I'm just going to write it down just to make sure what I said isn't wrong. So 20 and 50. And it's currently making 11 and 71. So let's expand it. And see how we get on. Look at that. Positive all across the board. Don't look at the center though. Don't worry about that. That's fine. We're also about to run out of materials over there. Once the housing district is done, I'm going to build a new material district over here, because we'll turn that off. Now, I haven't seen anyone else play this game. It's so funny, because I was just mentioning that. I was just about to say that I don't know why this menu is here on its own. And now it's just expanded out. So the old Dreadnought is now available, is it? This is crazy. So someone did tell me in Discord, you actually build in these other places. I honestly did not know that. That's fucking crazy. I thought it was just going to be like another outpost that you just feed things back through the trails. That was the whole point. But it's actually a place we can build in. This is crazy, and they have their own group, just colonists. A melting pot of individuals single-minded in their purpose to colonize. That's so cool. How many of these can you have on the go? So Oh man, so much to think about when you factor that in. This is already hectic and stressful enough. Right, we've just got our Frostland teams back actually, plus 20. That's great. What we could do is, while we have those teams back, activate this, bring in 250 coal. Excellent. And you know what? I'm going to take the machines. Screw the food. We'll figure it out. Take the machines, 10% production efficiency. And they're making their way back now. So that was putting all my teams to use. Now, we've just established a colony at the old Dreadnought. Visions of our future, diverging ideas. Stuart, everyone in New London is awaiting the moment we get a steady supply of oil. So many fears would vanish, so many dreams made possible, but those dreams seem to be diverging. Stalwarts paint visions of an eternally warm New London, as warm as only the eldest among us remember. But pilgrims want us to use this newfound power to reach out and settle remote places on the Frostland, making it our own. Both factions started thinking about how to use oil when it reaches New London. When it does, we'll have to decide. Well, I'm leaning stalwarts. Make our city great. Okay, so I guess this might take me a minute to figure out. Send people, resource transfer, and go to location. Okay, we're obviously here. Bear with me. I'm going to read about this. Okay, so this is really, I feel like it's worth showing on screen, right? So in the colonies tab, colonies can be established when you find a suitable thing, whatever. There's a whole resource transfer screen where you can send over resources in bulk or consistently. Now, maybe when the storms happen or something, this goes offline. I would have to imagine that's the case, right? Maybe you have to hunker down for a while. Maybe it says that. I've been kind of glance reading it. Settlements, there's another thing. After researching the settlement heating idea in the heating category, outposts in the Frostland can be turned into permanent settlements. This allows you to build a furnace to sustain a small but stable population, which will provide a permanent output of resources. So, now I'm kind of regretting my decision with the food and the whales, because that could have been turned into a food settlement and being a consistent supplier, I guess. It does say permanent. But everything always shows me that these things run out. So that's one thing I just don't know. It's like, this coal says it'll run out. You know, 447.2 remaining. Does that become infinite if you build it as a settlement? I'm sure it takes a lot of... Oh my god, you can choose which one it goes to. And I assume how long it takes to transfer is based on the shortest route or something? Wow, I had no idea the game was going there. I know I keep saying that, but I'm actually just really shocked. It's like so much information just suddenly blew my mind, basically. It's like, what the hell's going on? Oh yeah, the people. Oh yeah, we can do that. We just need 5 more teams. Okay, well, they'll be coming back soon with some of the resources. Alright, anyways, alright, let's try to get my head around this. We'll just start setting up stuff here. I'll have to keep time paused, though, because there's so much that could go wrong. We need to transfer at least 75 oil output to New London. Now, from looking around... it looks like pretty similar to how it was before, although there's oil over here now. And then there's the shelter down beneath, plus 20 heat. Okay. Alright, so how many people? We've got 3,000, right. 1,800 available workforce. 60% of our population are available to work. Negative 30 heat, so we gotta sort them out with their own heat. I assume the law is passed for everybody then. Okay. Alright, let's begin. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8. So we'll do that frost breaking first. We want to build them some shelter. Now, they're lacking... yeah, so can I send them a little bit of coal just to keep them going then until we get set up? Let's see if that works. Alright, coal. So I'm going to say negative 30. Yeah. So now you're making plus 30, and I just need to turn on the generator. Oh, they're actually consuming oil. Oh, right. There's 10,000 oil here already. Oh, that was easy. I didn't realize. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so can we take that back? It's a good way to test it out. We'll take that back. Yes, apparently so. So they're consuming 15 oil. Okay, that's going to last a long time. Stockpile is full. We're not making any. So yeah, just get your housing up and running. Oh, they're going to need food, though. Okay, that's something I will send them. It's a good thing we just made some more. So food. We'll give them what they need, which is... They're lacking 6, so it's a really small amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're still positive in both places. They're not stockpiling, but they're keeping even. They're not going hungry. They're lacking goods. Alright. Maybe try to help them there before there's crime. Tell you what. Oh my god. We're still positive. Nice. We'll stockpile 1 in New London. And just keep these guys happy for now too. Okay. I'm happy with that. It's just the shelter we need to provide. I can't do anything about that until we build it. Alright, I think that's good. I think I've done the right thing. Alright. Back here we are. So we're still waiting on 2 districts to expand up, hopefully making us a little bit more of everything. We're still lacking coal. We haven't turned on our own district for coal though yet, but we are bringing some in from the Frostland now. What is this highlighting, by the way? Is there anything I need to do here? I'm assuming it's for the quest that we have. Yeah? Alright. I think we're good. Okay. Feels like I'm doing something horribly wrong, but I guess we'll just find out. Temperature's going to drop soon as well. Right, so the expansion has occurred. We're making more materials. Food, housing is good. We can build, turn off that housing district. And use the additional workforce to build the extraction district. But we're lacking... Oh no, we're lacking like 200. We could roll down food even further. So we're now -2, but that's okay. Oh, we're 3 people short. That's where sickness actually matters, I guess. What's wrong with them, huh? It's 36 sick. There's no disease anymore. We'll just have to wait then. It's not a big deal. And we're getting the extra prefabs from our stalwarts, right? Because they've maxed out their happiness again. So it's pretty good. And we're 38% for up there. And we're bringing the machine buffs or whatever back. Now, a stockpile of resources being transported to the city. I wonder when they get back, do we get the 10 teams back, but we keep the permanent buff? If that's the case, and I've got a permanent buff the entire game, that'd be amazing. So I'll feel okay about that. But if we lose it... Hey, what's this, by the way? More oil. Oh yeah, we read that already. If we lose that, I'll be really annoyed, because it's like, oh man, I just wish you could have told me what my choice was. Don't mind tough choices, just need to know what's happening. Trust is growing, is it? I think so. Oh yeah, the actuated heat dispatcher. How could I forget? 180 heat stamps, 200 workforce. And we could build one in the food district, because those are the ones that consume the most. Hey, so I've just discovered something kind of interesting. At least I think so. I think it's worth bringing up. So we had a look at this industrial district, and we expanded it, and I wrote the numbers down. And I'd said that we'll compare and contrast and see what the differences are after the fact. So here's the differences. The material demand is the same. So expanding a district doesn't consume more materials. We inadvertently... I accidentally gave myself a heat bonus. And I was really trying to figure this out for a few minutes because I was like, how? When I expanded, you know, we had 3 tiles to expand and 2 of them gave us a heat bonus, but you need all 3 in order to trigger the effect. At least that was my understanding. And that is true, typically. But the UI didn't account for the fact that we were already touching on this district by 1. So in effect, we still added 2, plus the original 1 gave us the 3, and lowered it down so that we're not consuming heat anymore. So that was awesome. So even in the initial expansion, the UI didn't show it. The overall completion of it added up for the overall district, and it worked. So that was great. Really good to see. Other than that, the prefabs that we make didn't change, but the materials, or sorry, the goods out did. So we previously had 71, now we have 77. So not a big deal, not a huge amount. For 3 extra tiles, is it really worth it just getting 6 more? Probably not. You know, that's a bit inefficient, but it doesn't cost you any extra workforce, it doesn't cost you any extra materials, so I guess on that front, you know, that's why you do it. So just good to kind of check all that stuff out and balance it, so just keep letting time play anyway. I switched it back to goods, by the way. It was making prefabs, but I'm pretty happy with 28 prefabs per week. I think that's good. I'd rather make additional goods. We're still positive on everything now, so... And we're still transferring over, and the other colony, I think, is doing just fine. So we'll hop back over there and see how we're getting on. So they've done their frost breaking. Let's build their first housing district. So here we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. First housing district. Didn't even look at it, but that's going to provide... It's going to demand 40 heat, which is important, I guess, and it's going to provide 20 shelter. So that will cover us for shelter for a while. It doesn't say population is growing here. It just says rising steadily. So maybe you need housing or something to go down first. Next thing though, we want to obviously frost break this area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Trying to build away from those houses because it has a negative if they touch each other. It does provide heat, but it has a negative overall. And then another one we could do. Snake around like that. I'm a bit of an idiot because I didn't realize this was already frostbroken. We could have built, we could have just built a housing district there immediately. But oh well, you live and you learn. There is, what's it called, like abandoned huts or whatever, materials here, prefabs actually, available for us. So obviously having the extraction district here would be important. If I could snake it around to keep it away from the houses, that'd be nice, but maybe that's a bit too much effort. We'll see how it goes. Now, there's also a logistics district. We obviously don't need one here, right? It seems like the trail is just coming in naturally this way. I guess I don't have to connect up to that or anything. It seems all good. All right, let's leave it doing its thing, and we'll hop back over in a moment. Population's about to increase. We're at 91%, 47% on the research.
Has broken down and is blocking traffic. Technicians are on their way.
We could actually build the heat actuator as well once we get a little bit more money. The actuated heat dispenser, 180 heat stamps. Yeah, we'll wait till we get a bit more money again. So money's actually really good now because we provide so much goods, which is great. 18 per week. And obviously just did a bunch of frost breaking to spend it. Anything else? Tension seems really low. We still have time on this, right? 14 weeks. We're going to have to pass that law. Well, I guess we've 14 weeks. I was worried that if we don't pass it, then we'd only have 10 weeks, you know, to redo it. But it should be okay. Now, the teams are back. Okay, cool. I didn't even notice. So we've got our 10% buff now, do we? $120 from Extraction District, 12 from Transport Convoy. So there it is. The base is 120. We said it'd give us 10%, so it's a plus 12 from Transport Convoy. So we're making plus 24 from little modifiers right now. So that's going to be on every Extraction District. So materials is just going through the roof. Awesome. Now, how long is that going to last? No idea. But we have got the teams back, so that's something. Okay. So where should we go with them now? Oh, we could go up here and get these extra people. Invite the remaining. Oh, we haven't brought the fuel back. I'm such an idiot. Goddamn. All right. We'll do that soon then. They're still studying that area. Okay, there's nothing for our guys to actually go out to yet until we get the next tech. Because I'm not sending them out into the dangerous wastes. Not yet. Not until we get really desperate. High pass, mountains. It's all deadly terrain. Yeah, we're going to have to wait on that one. I don't think there's anything else I can do with them then. Alright, we'll leave it. Suppose I'll just hop back over. It's interesting we could transfer the people back if we really needed to, because there's 1,600 workforce here not doing anything, but we can start building that extraction district now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There, like that. Again, it feels weird building on the bones, assumedly, of where they built before. But I don't know the timeline of that. Like, how long ago was that? I don't know. Alright, looking good. This is almost done. I'm just trying to think where we need to go from here. Do we need to frost break any more? Probably. Like, we're going to need an extraction district. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I kind of want to do that so I can free up this to have housing. It'll only touch 2 tiles then, which isn't enough to get the debuff. I think that's a good idea. And then when this is all consumed, we just delete it anyway. Let's do it. How much oil do we get out of here? 72. 2,000 people live among us. Oh my god. This game is so cool. Alright, there we go. So 1,800 workers. Let's turn on... Before we turn on other districts, let's just ramp up the ones we currently have. Get our housing positive again. Oh yeah, we could turn on the ones that are definitely like without heat first. That's our primary... Oh man, that's really... I'm going to say next level play, but probably quite obvious. So this district should come online. Oh no. That's what I meant to do. So now we're positive. So what I could do is turn the one down that's consuming heat. So now we're still positive for shelter, and we're not using any extra heat. So that's good, right? I think that's pretty good. We can also now turn on our coal. Start using that again. So now we're making plus 203, so awesome. But that's finite, right? So how many weeks of that do we have? 86. Okay, that's good. That's good. Temperature, that's a nice buffer. 203 before the temperature plummets again, right? Probably not enough, but it's nice. I have to think about the next technology then. Or just powering down other districts until we can recover. Although that looks like it ain't ever coming back up for a while. Probably never, knowing this game. But oil, we're on the precipice of oil, so at least there's that. Although I assume you can't feed oil and coal to the generator, though I don't know. By the way, there's another district here. So that could go up even higher. Interesting, so we've got room for more people then already. Brilliant. Just to accommodate the next group that might be coming in, though, we'll get another housing district here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Extra shelter, extra heat. Love it. Food is now in the negative. Well, we can increase this. And increase this. And increase this. That's as good as it gets, and then food remains positive. What's our stockpile? It's not great. Now, for the goods. How the hell did we hit materials so badly suddenly? Negative 43. Yeah, I'm surprised about that. We need even more people to ramp up those districts. Oh, I guess it's this. This thing consumes 110. Yeah, alright. Could maybe wind it down a little bit then, just until we're positive for everything. And somehow, goods went negative. Oh, I guess there's more people. Yeah, that makes sense. It all makes sense, damn it. I hate it. Interestingly, we've got two little icons on this one, like a double arrow. Double the efficiency. Not double, but increased efficiency, I guess. Plus 77. This one makes 27. That's a hell of a difference. What the hell's doing that? Oh, the salvaging factory, of course. Of course. So the salvaging factory requires 40 more materials, but provides 40 more goods and makes a little bit of prefabs. 40 plus 27, so that's your 77. Okay, so that would equal it, or balance out. We're about to lose the material district here as well. Can we build another one then? We need more workforce and heat stamps. Alright, let's let time play. Let's hop back over to the Dreadnought. Our trains are up and running already. That's good, I guess. District's not even done yet. 2 extraction districts. Just about ready to go. And I guess ultimately we'll have to either expand that district and send our oil over, or get this oil deposit up and running, right? Got an event over at New London. Just want this to finish first. Alright, boom. That is oil online. This place is now self-sufficient. Well, you know what I mean. We're obviously taking in food, and we don't have any materials yet, but we'll get there. This will be prefabs. Okay. So how are we fixed now? 400 free workforce. Shelter's okay, food's okay. Population doesn't say when it's going to grow. Negative 100 for materials, though. That's bad. That's going to cause squalor. And there ain't much to do in terms of getting materials in this place, right? They just have to be sustained externally. Unless we put in logistics buildings. Like the salvaging factory, but it has to go into an industrial district. So we'd have to build an industrial district and pop that in there if we wanted to. Well, actually, no, we wouldn't. That would just, yeah, forget what I'm saying. I'm being stupid. There just is no materials out here. That would actually consume more materials if I did that. Alright, we'll have to send some over. What do we got? Abe Chambers, 90, a former shipwright, longing to join his wife in the beyond. I think we had this in the beta, actually. 90 years old, 90 summers. Well, winter's more like. I've had a good life, I guess. Well, I've had a life, anyway. Not everyone in the old Queenheath crew can say the same. I'd always thought I'd be sharing my lady's grave, but now Pete's pressuring me to donate my body to the city. Apparently them doctors are using dead folks' skin to fix up frostbite or something. Can't they just leave me alone? Haven't I been through enough? The lack of a law regulating funerals is causing tension to rise throughout the city. Alright, we'll get to it. We have to get the contagion one done. Now that we've had more people come in, and we've got more housing on the way, it's time. Survivalist headquarters has been researched. The pilgrims are getting slightly happier. Let's make them even happier now with this law. Supported quarantine, supported by the pilgrims, propose. Not many people are for it. Of course, our stalwarts are going to be against it. Not just going to run a vote. We'll make a promise. Let's get the stalwarts on our side. They're not open to negotiating. Okay, so we've got the New Londoners then. The Frostlanders are hesitant. Really. Mostly hesitant. There's 43 of them. There's more of them than the New Londoners. So I guess we'll see if we can negotiate with them. What would you like? Pathfinder Scouts. We'll select the fittest candidates to train them in the elite survival skills so they can remain adaptable. Expedition support. Everyone must aid expeditions by helping them prepare for their journeys. Exploration time is slightly decreased. We're building. Refurbishing goods. Well, just before I go with that, what would the New Londoners want? Calibrated goods. Extra goods output. Advanced blasting coal mine. I feel like making anything in coal tech is weird because it's just going to run out, isn't it? It just feels weird doing that. Research and hold a vote for a law. Mechanized scouts will train scouts to use advanced technology and techniques in order to optimize exploration. Another way of doing things. I don't know. I am leaning towards trying to balance the politics a bit and going more with the Frostlanders on this one then, and just leaning into their law. So expedition support. Everyone must aid. I mean, nothing's happened. There's no negative to it, though, right? It's just a step towards adaptation. Okay, let's just do it. 452, hesitant 25. So it would just pass automatically. All right, we'll do it. Keep forgetting to update my council to use the other version, the other skin of it.
Hear ye, hear ye. The votes are in.
68. You guys can do the math on whether that would have happened anyway. I guess you can't really fully tell. Contagion prevention regulated. Trust rises. Pilgrims are pretty happy now, right? So that's good. We're making people happy. Less disease overall.
Attention, citizens. A new law is in effect.
The patients need all the help we can provide to get better. I agree. Putting the sick first is going to cost us dearly. Mark my words. Still have 10 teams. Have we finished this area yet? Almost, but not quite. Alright, how are we getting on out of here? So we have to figure out that materials shortage. Otherwise, squalor is going to increase. There's going to be disease, and these people are all going to get sick. Right. That's the main focus then. And how much... Sorry, just how much oil are they making? Plus 17 now against their own... Yeah, consumption. We're not delivering any coal or anything in here. That's just their own consumption. So they're making 17. So we need to get the other oil districts up and running so we can send the oil to New London. We've got time. Like, we could do it while they even have their stockpile, right? But there's no point half-assing the measure. Let's do it where it's a bit more of a permanent solution. So once we get that one up and running, then they will have enough. Do we need the actuated heat dispensers? 200 workforce? Still can't build them. I keep spending all my money. Alright, we're making 41 material surplus. We do have some in stockpile, so let's just send some to the Dreadnought. Like, we could balance it out where they're both in a deficit, but not that bad. And we've got a stockpile in New London, so this would give us time here, right? So they're balanced and we're eating our stockpile. Let's see what happens. Seems to be kind of instant kind of thing, so it's not too bad. So 14 weeks before we feel the negative over here. And materials has just run out here, actually. So dismantle this. That's 38 and 120 prefabs. And then I want you to build a new district, getting even more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, more materials, and if we expand this district, once it's done, we can actually get another heat bonus. So that'd be nice. Alright, hopefully that'll improve the materials situation. We're not making enough goods anymore either. Frozen Sea explored. Let's go check it out. The Frozen Sea. The fishing trawler. A fishing trawler with full catch is locked in ice. A logbook in the hold suggests the vessel originally hailed from somewhere called Canada. We have no idea where it has been since. The catch may still be edible if people in New London have strong stomachs. 75,000 food stockpile. 5 Frostland teams. Disease is significantly increased. Come back later. I guess we leave it for now until we get desperate, huh? Love it. Alright, nomad exiles. These people are shunned by other nomads. They are tight-lipped about exactly what happened. Oh. They're willing to integrate with our communities if we let them start a fresh new life. I don't know about that. I feel like you do that. They're obviously cannibals. They gotta be. Or they're murderers or something. 5 teams and you get 1,330 people in. We gotta take them in, right? How can you not? Where else can we go from here? Deadly mountainous terrain, and then we're at the edge of the map, it seems, over there. The frozen ocean. The howling shore. Not ready yet, then. Right, so, actually, just thinking about it, what we definitely need to do to keep our expeditions up and running is build that building that we just researched, which is the, excuse me, the survivalist headquarters. 400 workforce, 120 heat stamps. We'll get the heat stamps and everything when we dismantle this, but we don't really have the workforce. So I think I am desperate to take these people in. It's going to be a long time before we get another population growth. Or we could wait and try to just bring these people in, which are probably nice, upstanding citizens that haven't done anything wrong and aren't afraid to tell us what they've done. Man, it's difficult to balance everything. Right, been looking over technologies that we're going to research. This one I'm liking the look of. We have work compensation, so we could do equal pay or efficiency bonuses. Production efficiency is slightly increased, so encouraging competition, the city will allocate special bonuses to the people who work the most efficiently. Or, on the pilgrim side of things, equal pay. Labor is labor, and thus all will earn equally. This will eliminate discrepancies between the workers and the elite. No. Efficiency bonuses. 11 weeks to get that one. 50 heat stamps. No drawbacks. Just pure efficiency increase. Only if ever so slightly, but still better. We need more materials. Alright, let's get the time plate. I think my focus is really getting that oil up and running. And if we bring the oil back, then we can maybe get those extra people in. Could bring some of the people back now. Alright, so I've been looking over this event again, and I'm going to take the people in. So it's Frostlanders. They actually have a specific group. I didn't notice that before. Sorry, my bad. But 1,331 Frostlanders. We currently have 6,000, so it's about a 20% jump. Just about. In terms of their population, their standing amongst the city. So that, I suppose, is kind of the negative, but hopefully they haven't done anything else that's particularly bad. We'll find out. But we're going to bring those people back because we do need them. And the temperature's going to drop oh so soon. We don't have as much coal in reserve, but we can always put more people on the coal out there and hopefully start to bring in some of that oil. At least that's the plan for now. We'll speed up time. Now we're frost breaking in the other area, and alright, we got some prefabs and things back. I'm just trying to think about, we can't sustain everything. Gotta give in to something, I guess. Yeah, actually, I do think it gives us a bonus. Let's find out anyway. 1, 2, 3. We're going to expand linearly like that. It doesn't say it'll give me a bonus, but I'm pretty confident it will. And just to make sure, we can see that this is consuming 10 heat demand right now. So we'll see if it changes once we do that expansion. So 1, 2, 3. Complete. All right. Now, we still have enough to do more frost breaking actually out at the dreadnoughts. Let's do that now. Get over to that oil. Right, expanding in a bit of a weird way here, but that should allow me to get the oil and create a thicker district without kind of blocking, or not blocking, but if we ever do build housing on this side of things, like I'm not sure if there's going to be a heat bonus on this side. I don't know how you can actually check that. I guess if you're just building a housing district, it would tell you, right? Yeah, so I guess there's none on this side. Okay, good to know. So we'll probably build housing down here. Now, I'm not sure what's happened, but didn't we have enough housing here before and now we don't? There's no more population than there was before, so I'm not sure what's changed. How are we now lacking 5? We need 55 and we provided 50. Could expand this district, I guess. That'll give us the housing we need. Guess we'll have to do that. I thought for sure we covered it, but I must be going crazy here towards the end. Alright, speed time up. Let's see how we're doing with this expanded district. It was 10 heat, now it is. Oh, it's still 10. Damn. I could have sworn that we'd get more by being next to this one. But I guess not. Oh well. This one might have got a benefit, though, from being up against more of it. Anyway, I don't know. It's fine. Let's see what's going on. A rowdy funeral. Oh, no. Stuart, there was a shameful display during a wake yesterday. Some of the deceased's family wanted a traditional burial, while others complained about wasteful antics and said the body should be donated to further the city's healthcare. This could save people's lives, was answered with, I won't risk my father's soul. And as people got more heated, they eventually came to blows. In the aftermath of the fight, the body disappeared and each side suspects the other of foul play. Sadly, this is not an isolated incident. Maybe we need common rules to everyone get on the same page. Has anybody died? I'll commit to solving that. Yeah, we'll get funerals. Hope everybody's okay. Making 119 materials now, that's what I like to see. Because we're going to need to shift more and more over to that other colony. So they're balanced for it now, and we're positive. Okay, that's good. Things are about to go out of whack as soon as... Oh, the refugees take 6 days to arrive. Alright, when the temperature drops again. But we could use that extra materials to increase this up. And we're still making 97. So we're pretty much positive on everything except for the goods. But we can increase the goods if we can just provide a new building slot. We get a little bit of extra goods if we expand the district, but not much. It's like 6 or 7, right? So it's not really enough. We could do both, but for now, I'd like to just put the building in there, but we can't get the building yet, because we're working on building up oil. And we have enough money now to do it. No, we don't. 600 workforce are needed. All right. Gotcha. I wonder, I bet workforce takes time to travel, unlike resources. Send people. Let's try send some people. 979, yeah, so... Right, so I've just checked it. We only need 200 extra workforce, so if we could just send 200, that'd be great. Alright, so I just had a double check. We only need 200 extra workforce. I can't type it in, which is such a shame. I don't know why I care about it so much, but I'd rather just be like... The other resource bars have little arrows that you could just add 1 or 2. It's a shame you don't have that here. But 247 is probably the least I can send, so let's try to do that. Now, is it instant? Let's find out. No. So they take time. So we can't build that district until we get them. Now, what we could do is just, I suppose, lower down this district for a little bit, yeah? We don't need the prefabs that badly. And just start the process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so oil, secondary oil district is up and running, or will be soon. And then we'll be able to complete this. But maybe that'll have to come in the beginning of the next episode. Unused quarters, no contagion prevention. Stuart, with the disease currently under control, more and more citizens question why we keep some housing empty for potential quarantine. Makes no bloody sense, complained an anonymous clerk. We keep maintaining these places just in case, when they could make some folks happy right now. A mixed coalition of delegates agrees with the complaints and has drafted a new law which would deregulate the issue of contagion altogether. No contagion prevention law is now available in the council. Well, isn't that just what we were on anyway? There was no law. No contagion prevention. Tension is decreased, disease is marginally increased. So we go back to the way we were. Well, we're not going to do that anytime soon. The other one that we have to pass is the funeral rules. Harvesting or ceremonial. I'll read those over and we'll pick one for the next episode. Alright, so I'm sorry that things are a bit choppy and a bit slow. I mean, I'm really slow, I guess, but I like the pace that I'm going at, so screw it. But it's just, I had no idea about the multiple town thing. Just didn't know about it, didn't research about it, couldn't have known that. So because of that, I had a lot to learn. Need to reassess things, but I think we're still in a good position, right? I mean, things are still basically positive. We're slightly eating into goods now, or we will be in 4 weeks. Food is the same. We'll be eating into it in 12 weeks, but I've kept my buffers going with these stockpiles as little as they have been. As for the Dreadnought, we're about to start getting that oil. That'll be enough to sustain themselves and send some back. Send that 75, hopefully. And then there's obviously more down further below. We're waiting on the 6,000 to come back, and then we'll get more people coming in as well, hopefully when the oil gets there. At least that's my understanding of that event. We've also began researching things to increase our productivity. And also, I was looking in here to see the Frostland says scout training. You could just lower the threat level further without having to build a scout's headquarters. Now, I'd like to build it, but it does cost 400 workforce. So we'll see if we can maintain that and get both. But ideally, we get both and then go out. And then there's things like harvester hangars so we can get more food. This food is probably going to run out in not too long. 24,000. It's interesting. You can choose where you send it. We could send, right now, we could send the old Dreadnought the coal. And send New London back the oil. Which would be an interesting turn of events, but maybe we'll just keep it the way it is right now. Right, that's going to have to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.